And then she'll let you go, and then we'll finish up.
All right, I will be as quick and efficient as possible with my information. Okay, so for our fundraisers, Century Resources is going to be a combined band choir fundraiser. So that's like the cheese and sausage and cheesecake and baked goods and cookie dough and all kinds of stuff, like the catalog fundraiser. That one every year I'm like, oh man, I wonder if people buy this. And then there's a kid that brings in like $300 for their band account. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll keep doing this because that's a really good amount of money. That's like one whole trip payment and then some. So if you put the work in, these fundraisers pay out pretty well. But again, you are never required. If you're like, I need fundraising, I don't want to do this, that's fine. It's up to you. So Century Resources is a catalog fundraiser. They do have an online option where if you don't want your kid to have to like ask people for money, then you can say like, nope, we're only doing, like they have to do the online sales, and that's totally fine. But for that one, it's gonna start next week and run until just after Labor Day. And then those products usually come in about 6 weeks later, so sometime in October. And then for that, I just need a parent helper to help me divvy out all the products after school, so we make sure, like, you know, a kid will randomly get like one wrong product, or one time we got like an entire box that was just like not ours. But it helps to have people there to help. So there's a sign-up sheet in the back if you want to help with that. It's like a couple hours after school if you want to come and help. Rada Cutlery is just kind of as needed fundraiser. We have a bunch of stockpile. Erica Pemberton, she's our band treasurer. She has all kinds of these, and she can speak more to that when we can catch her with her millions of activities happening all the time. But that's one that sells really well. They're pretty good knives. We cannot sell them during the school day. Like, I can't give them to kids to take home. So we just have to have people willing to be able to like come after school and kind of meet people around town, because donations always welcome. I know I've told people that if you want to save up for the trip, like $50 a month or something, or you just want to put that in your bank account, you can write a check to your kid's bank account or choir account, and you can do that. Or like your kid had a birthday and they got, you know, some money from family members or whoever, then by all means go for it. Coffee and chocolate, that's a random small fundraiser we do. It's pretty simple and easy. It'll happen in the fall, so kind of closer to November time. So kind of like a little Christmas gift idea, kind of like that. Taco in a bag during basketball games. That is a really, really popular one with the crowd. People yell at me when we run out or we don't have enough volunteers to sell taco in a bag. So please help us with that. And it's a really good fundraiser for us. It brings in a really good chunk of change. This year we're going to work with the choir. So this year you will be able to earn money for your student's account. If you work that night, then we'll do a cut of the profits goes to your student's account. So especially if it's like homecoming or senior night or the Lytton game or whatever big game where we sell out like during the JV game, then you're going to want in on that. Brownies and ice cream ? We need to do a little bit more research on that, but I know that was a fundraiser with another group, and we want to make sure we're not stepping on anyone's toes with that, but we would be happy to add that to our list if that other group is not wanting to do that anymore. Silent auction is something we have done in the past. It is a really cool fundraiser. It brings a lot of the businesses around town will often donate items, and we've gotten like Indianapolis Zoo tickets and Evansville hockey game tickets and baseball game tickets and like all kinds of really cool stuff. But you have to really do the legwork early, like starting, you know, January 1st, get those letters out to businesses. I am more than happy to give you the information on how to do that. If that is something that, if you like sitting and emailing businesses or going and, you know, picking up random things, if that's something you feel strongly about, please go for it. That also can be a really good fundraiser, a silent auction at one of our concerts. Any other ideas are welcome. I know we've talked about Legion dinners, we've talked about car washes, we've talked about all kinds of crazy things. So if you like doing fundraisers and coming up with that, come talk to us. We'd be happy to help. There are sheets in the back, I kind of talked about this before the meeting started. We have any number of fundraisers and just events that we need help with. So IU Band Day is coming up on August 31st. Greene County Band Day in March for the high school band. My goal is to do one field trip for middle school and one field trip for high school, like a fun field trip, like go see an IU concert or something. I always need chaperones for that. So there are lists in the back. If you know, you're like, oh, I would love to go to a concert, or I love IU football, or whatever. If you are willing to help us out, then put your name down. And you are not committed to it, like 100%, but at least I will be contacting you. We are not doing an Apple Festival booth this year. We're gonna pause on that and let that rest a little bit. Right, any fundraiser questions?
So if we have money in our kids' account and we fund a fundraiser, say November 1st, I got that $200 payment, do I just tell you guys, hey, I want to use that $200, you send it to them? Or how do I go about that?
Yes, so if you have money in your student's band or choir account and that payment is coming up and you want that money in their account to go to that trip payment, then you tell us and we tell them.
Okay.
And we coordinate. Yep.
That's a great question. If you're going to use fundraising money for that first one, just the first one, I would sign up for that mail-in check payment package, and then we'll get the check from the school. And the way we do that is if you've got enough in your account to make an exact payment, like a $200 payment, we will accept that on the first 3 payments. But if you, and this is fun, if you've raised at the end of the year towards the trip $98, we just ask that you wait until the last payment to submit that. It just makes it easier bookkeeping-wise. But yeah, if you've got $200 now, sign up for that mail-in check payments package. Tell them you want $200 to go to us and we'll work that out.
Okay.
So we're not gonna do partial payments
That's
until
what I was wondering, yeah.
until the good, right?
Okay, yeah.
All right, any other fundraiser questions? Cool, I'm gonna go backwards a second. So the band boosters if you're a choir person, you may go. If you're a band person, please stay.
Thank
So I'll
you.
give you a minute to,
Good night.
thank you everyone for coming and hang on. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with Band Booster band information. So thank you so much for staying. I know it's a long night. I will get through it as quickly as possible. So Band Boosters is the parent organization that just supplements the band, if you don't know what that is. We run fundraisers. We have a separate account from the school's account that we have a little more flexibility with, that we can pay for whatever we want for the band. So if you want to get the band, like, I don't know, cool wristbands, then we could do that with the Band Booster account, because we have a lot more flexibility and freedom, and it just helps. We need more than the school can provide us year to year, so that's what the Band Boosters does. We currently officially have a treasurer, which is Erica Pemberton. According to our bylaws, if you ever want to read them, I'm more than happy to share those with you. But according to our bylaws, we can have president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, any board members that we want, and then the goal of that is that they kind of make bigger decisions about fundraising and events and things like that. And obviously, as a director, I kind of have some final say in some of the matters. If you are interested in any of those positions, come and join us. We would love to have you. We'll have a Band Booster meeting soon, because we have IU Band Day coming up very fast. If you are unsure about that and you just kind of want to know more, then come to a meeting. They're usually pretty short in the band room. We'll figure out the night here in a minute. But we have lots of opportunities. I know I have parents all the time say, I can't personally be at like a million events, but I want to help. Erica can always use help running money to the bank. If you want to be put on the account, we can talk about that. We always need people to pick up like top of the bag supplies. Like if you find yourself at Sam's Club often, we always need chips and salsa and all kinds of crazy things. We could always use water donations, and uniform sorting is kind of a do on your own thing that we always need, or just anything like that. We're going to be making our band t-shirts pretty soon, so if you're like, I love sitting in a quiet room and reading vinyl and pressing t-shirts, come and join us. We can always use help with that. But if you're someone who is like, I would love to do behind the scenes stuff, but I can't be at every single thing, then I will find you a job, I promise. All right. So, information form, I've emailed this out a couple times, but if you haven't filled out the Google form yet, if you don't know if you filled it out or not, I can tell you that answer at the end of the meeting. But QR code for you, if you want to scan that, I'll leave it up for a second. But that just gives me good information. Whenever we're on field trips, I just have immediate access to be able to know, like if a kid gets sick, or we have a problem, then I can immediately get that information. It's also good for just my general knowledge. If there's any information that you don't feel comfortable putting down, just put no, or, not available or something. I'm not gonna hunt you down for insurance information if we can. But that's purely because we take trips and we go places, and we need to have that sometimes. Actually, in my 8-ish years of doing band, luckily I have not had to take a kid to the hospital so far, but we have the information if we need it. Knock on wood. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Band fees, this is kind of new. Kind of talked about it last year, but I wasn't here, so this is to alleviate all of the every time we do a field trip or we get lunch for an event or something, then you don't have to keep sending in $5 every couple of months. So 6th through 8th grade band students, it's a $20 fee, which includes your t-shirt and one field trip, and then any other snacks or things or little things that we get throughout the year. If you join marching band, you need to pay $40 for your marching band shoes, so that is extra. 9th through 12th grade band students, it is $85 if you do not have marching shoes, $45 if you already have marching shoes, and high school band, we just do more. We have Green County Band Day, we have IU Band Day, we have just some extra things that we do with that. So that's what the band fees are. My goal is that you have to pay one fee at the beginning of the year, and then I don't ask you for money to me. Again, your kid might ask you to purchase reeds or whatever. If you want to wait and after we do some of our fundraisers, that is totally fine. Just let me know and say, hey, we're going to wait on this. I have a due date for this as tomorrow, but again, whenever, if ever, if you're, again, like Laura said earlier, if this is something that you're thinking I cannot pay for this, that is okay. Come talk to us, and we will absolutely get you taken care of. But every student 6 through 12 will get that red Bloomfield Band shirt. If you do not need a shirt, just let me know. But everyone will get one every year if they want one. Okay, concert dress for symphonic band is just the marching uniform. They can wear black dress pants instead of the overall bibs if they want, but it's the same as last year. For 6th through 8th grade, it is just all black. And so I've included some pictures to help if anyone needs to know. So black shoes, black dress, black skirt, black pants, black shirt, all black. Symphonic band, the only uniform piece that you need to get on your own is tall black socks. That's the only thing I do not get myself. Marching band is optional for 7th and 8th grade students. Practices are Monday 3:30 to 5, and we have about 5 marching band practices. We don't practice on Labor Day. Marching shoes, talked about that. IU Band Day, Apple Festival, 2 big events. IU Band Day is super fun. That's a really, really fun event. It's a long day. It's a hot day, but it's a really fun experience. And parents get 2 free tickets to the IU football game. So You can, nudge your kid to go. If you don't like IU football, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay, pet band optional for 7th and 8th grade, required for 9 through 12. Students who participate in winter sport or have conflicts like ROTC or redliners or cheerleaders, we'll talk about that. Your grade is not going to be tanked because you're also playing basketball or doing something. We'll figure that out. But the band t-shirts must be worn at the game, so kind of like the casual uniform for choir is a choir t-shirt and jeans. The casual uniform for band is the band t-shirt and jeans. Our band website. We also have a Google Calendar. If you click this button down here, it will add to your own Google Calendars, and then you can have the band calendar forever. And it's really great, and I have it in my kitchen every day.
It's the same for the choir one. If you're us, you can add them both.
Yeah, you can add the choir one. It's the same for choir too.
Your days can just be full.
Yes. Pages Music, that's the instrument rental instrument company that we use. We finally got all the school instruments. They're sitting in a giant pile in the band room. I'm super excited to hand those out. So tomorrow, we're finally getting our instruments. They deliver and pick up instruments every Thursday. So Wednesday afternoon, your students, if their instrument is broken or you need to order something, they need to tell me. You can go on, if I have a mouse, it's disappeared, there it is. You can go on their website, and if you make an account, and you can select like Bloomfield Band or Bloomfield, I think middle school, high school, as your account, and you can order reeds, valve oil, cork grease, instrument swabs, any of that, and they will deliver it every Thursday. And if your student needs to send an instrument in, you can call them up to Wednesday afternoon and say, hey, we need a loaner instrument, and they will bring a spare instrument for your student so that the week that the instrument is in the shop, they can still play in band. They're a really good company. If they do make mistakes, they work to rectify those as soon as possible. The all service plan, I'm not exactly sure on the price, but I know it is an incredibly good deal. You pay one flat fee, and it's like $85. I had a kid a couple years ago that sent in their saxophone to be looked at, just like overhauled, and because like a car, it needs maintenance. So they sent it in to be looked at, and the total cost without the service plan was $300, but because they paid the service plan, it was $85. And that's a really good deal, so I would ask them about that. I know if you're renting an instrument through Pages, you do not pay for repairs while you are renting it. So that's good too. Supplies that students need. Woodwinds, I ask at least 3 working reeds, cork grease, and a cleaning cloth. That's very important. If you don't know which cleaning cloth to buy, I will help you with that. Saxophones, I will say this, if you have a saxophone, the cleaning cloth that Pages gives you is terrible. I will tell you which one to buy. That is much better and will help your instrument stay clean and nice. If you do not clean your woodwind instrument out after you play, it gets mold, and that's a very expensive repair. So please tell your kids to clean your instruments out. Also, don't eat food and then play your instrument. Brass, you need slide grease or slide cream if you're a trombone. You need valve oil, rotor oil, depending on the instrument, and I recommend the cleaning brushes, but percussion, snare drum sticks, yarn mallets, plastic mallets, all that stuff. If you're a percussionist and you don't know what any of that is, come talk to me. I do provide the stick bag for you. Okay, any questions so far? All right, I'm bringing back the Cardinal Musician Award. Some of you may remember that from a couple years ago, but it's open to any 7th through 12th grade student. Essentially, it's a point system that anything they do in band, so any concert they perform at, if they do an extra art band, if they take lessons, if they go see a concert somewhere, if they do marching band, pep band, they get points, and at the end of the year, I tally it all up. So the top 3 in concert band get recognized, and the top 3 in symphonic band get recognized, and then the top overall point getter gets extra special recognition, and they get to conduct a piece at the concert. Maybe that's an incentive or not, I don't know. But if you have any questions about that, I can talk more about that. And that's not my email, but So I think I talked through everything I possibly can, and I've emailed it out. It's in the handbook. If you have any questions, if I've missed something, please let me know. I'm super happy to be back. I love working with your students. They are all wonderful. We've had a great first couple weeks of band. We're making noises that are usually good. They're super prepared. They're ready to come. They're like chomping at the bit to get playing. And I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad to be here. If you ever have any questions about anything I've done or anything we're doing, just don't hesitate to reach out. I'm more than happy to sit down and talk with you. But yeah, thank you so much for coming and sticking around for the long meeting. I think we're finally done. All right, let us know if you have any questions. Thank you so much.